It's a good thing this series is pretty much One Piece. I'm tired of saying goodbye to my series. Horror must be a fan of cliffhanger endings. Before his break, he ended on a cliffhanger. Before the holiday break, he ended on, you guessed it, a cliffhanger. Literally, no less. At last, we return to the normal routine. Until he takes a break, that is. After intense moments, we are left hanging, get it, with Banjo's leap of fate. Horror doesn't disappoint when it comes to the follow-up. And this chapter is no exception. It was a thrilling chapter that had me shaking with fear and excitement. And it ended on, once again, a cliffhanger. And I'm not complaining. Banjo was last seen jumping off the cliff while holding Yotanwa. If you guess that he will jump off and land on the ground below, then you are wrong. The answer is, he lands on the other side of the mountain. That really happened. The man is a monster. I have to admit, I laugh at the Chunrong's army's reactions toward his suicidal jump because it's similar to mine. I didn't even think of that possibility, but hell, he did it. I also laugh at how some are asking to try and do it as well, but like hell they would. I'll probably choke if someone seriously try and fail though. It's kind of funny to follow their point of view. They are scanning the view to see if they have survived. They finally determine that they did, and everyone is shocked. Seriously? They should have tried to jump. It would be historical. Unfortunately, my fun ends since they have a bridge on the east side to cross that would lead them to their location. It's bad enough that they won't bother to sound the horn for reinforcement that could have alerted others as well. In other words, Banjo and Yotanwa are all alone. I appreciate a page of the landscape view to give us the terrifying sensation of where they are at. It's dark, filled with trees to limit the space, and it's only those two that must fight to survive. They have a sit down or lay down chat as they rest. This is the defining moment between the two. On one hand, it's a nice discussion that shows the emotional side of Banjo. On the other hand, it gives me a really bad feeling for what's to come. It's probably the first time we have seen them interact like friends rather than fighters. Granted, they do talk about their time in combat from the past like fighters, but they speak in your daily friendly manner. How much hell it was to take down the Three-Eyed Tribe, how Banjo got lost in the midst of a combat, and how Yotanwa was surrounded by hundreds of enemies. I had a bad flashback to when Shin lost his friend before sleeping. Aside from that, it was comforting to hear their history. Despite all the moments where they were on the brink of losing, the strongest fighter to her is none other than Banjo. She hit the soft spot really good. He doesn't want to acknowledge it, for he thought the time where they fought wasn't him. He was not human, as Yotanwa more or less teases him. It's rare to see Banjo being sincere, so this moved me. What also moved me is Yotanwa's somewhat apologetic words. If she didn't go for the meeting in the Rita's mountains, she would have become the king of the mountains. Most importantly, if he hadn't met her, he wouldn't have shed so much blood of his own. That's seriously sweet. I also like how she uses her cloth to suppress his wounds. She is just fantastic. Her words, bravery, and skills are among the best classmen you can ask for. At least one question remains. What oath did Banjo create with Yotanwa? She doesn't recall anything, so it was his self-made oath. He will tell her everything. That is if they survive the next onslaught. I got chills when the Chunrong army arrived. Banjo left nothing but death flags. Make no mistake, it's a hell of a setup for a grueling survivor scenario. But I seriously don't want him to die. The series didn't leave a pattern to know that a character will live, so this has me emotionally invested. From there on, it becomes an enticing, thrilling, and unnerving action-packed ride. It's as brutal as you can expect. Crap load of dismemberments, bloody hell mess, and downright impressive performance from those two. It's unreal how those two are handicapped from all the injuries, yet still pull off a fighting will to escape. It added more with Rosso King indirectly hyped them to be more than human if they fight with those injuries. Like that one man said, after that jump, I'm not even surprised anymore. Sadly, it motivated the Chunrong army to no longer hold back and go all out to kill Banjo and capture Yotanwa. They sent out more men to block their path, as well as sending message for reinforcements without sounding the horn. Damn, why the bad guys are smart in this series? My worries rapidly grows the more Banjo takes the beating. My head keeps on ringing. His time is up. His time is up. His time is up. Yotanwa gets punched right in the face, hard. I cringe seeing that. It's still unreal to see her getting pummeled. She tried to continue fighting, but the number game overwhelmed her. She gets knocked out, the army carries her away, and Banjo stares in agony. There's a flashback when Banjo's life changed with his bout against Yotanwa back in childhood. It's an extended version of what was shown already, but for all the right reason. Not only we got to relive the moment that changed him forever, but we got the valid reason why. She didn't come across as a tyrant to enslave him, rather gave him an opportunity to live as a human. She was never the monster that would take anyone as her slave. She treated them like family. Banjo's tears got me. I love these characters. Banjo goes berserk, which got me hyped. It also got me worried. This looks to be his swan song, his final moment. We actually got to see his eyes for the first time. That's like an omen that he has reached his end when you see something that you don't see every day. He's on his last stand. I pray to God for a fictional character to live. The next chapter will be a breathtaking one. I just know it. This chapter, however, doesn't end there. The chieftains and their men are gathering up for the sunrise, just as Yotanwa planned. The one piece that was left out was the rendezvous point. Where exactly do they need to go? One believed their task is to meet up with her by the sunrise. However, that's not the plan. In fact, she never intended to have her as a prominent factor of winning the battle. The rendezvous point is the Chunrong's city. I marked out, or in other words, fanboy out. When I saw Empo, I was going bananas from excitement. I know it's among the fans' prediction and it's the most likely scenario, but after brutal hardships, this is very welcoming. What makes it even greater is that Yotanwa knew she's the perfect bait, which explains all of her action. She's fine to take on hundreds or thousands of men alone. As long as her man wins the battle, she will be pleased. Thankfully, Empo sees the chance to win her, for he will have his Enshu tribe to climb the wall and capture the city. I can't help but hear Game of Thrones theme playing during the scene. Anyway, this makes sense to use his tribe for this task. Great stuff. The presentation is pretty stellar, and rightfully so. I grasped the emotions from Yotanwa and Banjo's words. Not to mention, I was awed by Banjo's sentimental side, especially his childhood. I can't see his face, but you can sense his emotions. The raw action was gruesome, the sequence got me thrilled, and the last stand got me praying. The setting added more to the grueling atmosphere. Still praying as we speak. This was a hell of a chapter of survival. The calming portion was relaxing and very nice. The action was intense and brutal. Some parts I thought I would never see actually happen. The presentation is stellar as said before, with the intensity and climactic struggle to survive. The ending got me hyped for Yotanwa's victory is near. Hell, it actually ended on a cliffhanger when you think about it. Clever. Banjo was undoubtedly MVP. So please, let him continue to live. Please. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. So join me in a praying circle for Banjo to survive. Unless you're one of those guys that want him to die. Are you one of those guys? Do you think he's going to survive? Share your thoughts in the comment section. I would not take no for an answer. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.